Hi, it's great to see you this week. Have you had a cold week? Hasn't the weather been chilly? We've needed our hats and gloves on this week, but it's great to be with you and it's great to be here with you, Sarah. And remember, we are looking still at the I am sayings of Jesus.
Oh, it's great to be back. It has been cold though, really cold. So last week I remember that we looked back about the truths that we'd already learnt.
And you remembered them all?
Oh.
She was very good, wasn't she?
I really have enjoyed learning about them. So yeah, I remembered them. And we also learnt a new one. So we learnt that Jesus said that he is the resurrection and the life.
We did, and we talked about it being a bit of a tricky one to understand, but we looked at the fact that Jesus knows exactly how we feel. And guess what? He feels the same way as we do.
Yeah, I liked learning about that. I also thought it was amazing when we learned that Jesus said that if we love him and we follow him, then this life here on earth is just the beginning and we get to live forever with Jesus.
And have a great big party. And don't you just love parties? Fantastic.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think that the truth that we're learning about this week, I think it follows on.
Okay.
So Jesus is telling us that he is the way, the truth, and the life.
Okay, so I think if I was thinking about the way, it might be that I'm thinking about going somewhere that I've never been before, and I have to find a way that allows me to get to that destination without getting lost.
Yeah. Sometimes when we're planning a journey, we might use a map.
Right.
And when I'm driving, I look at the road signs so that I know where I'm going.
Good move, good move. Well, I've got my box with me again, so I've got a little game. Let me get the box.
Oh, it's exciting. I hope there's nothing messy in it.
No, not messy. So in the box, Sarah, I need you to put your hand in, and I've got a few items that will allow you to find your way. And so you can have a guess while you've got your hand in the box, then we'll bring them out and have a look, check if you're right or wrong. Okay. Here we go.
Oh, this feels funny. Feels like a big rope. And I can hear it rattling. And then if I feel down, oh, I know what it is.
What is it?
It's a whistle.
Well, here we go. Here we go. So, what do you think we might use a whistle for if we're trying to find somewhere?
Okay, so I was thinking that if I was lost and I was shouting, I can't shout as loud as I would be able to blow the whistle. So then somebody might hear it and they might come and help me.
Good move. Always have a whistle. Next one.
Okay. Let's see what else there is in here.
Oh, this is a big. Well, this feels. I think I know what this one is. I think this is a phone.
Okay. Yeah, it is. Here we go. Who's got a mobile phone? I hope if you're quite young, you haven't got one yet, but that will be a treat when you get to the age that you can have one. When would you use your phone, Sarah?
So I've got maps on there, so I might look at a map.
There's an app on there that makes it into a sat nav if I'm driving.
Oh, very clever.
Very
clever. Okay, anything else in there?
Let's have a look. Another look. Oh, this is funny. This is a little circle.
I wonder what it is.
I don't think I know.
Any guesses?
It feels like a little pot or something.
Might have to bring it out and have a look. What is it?
It's a compass.
A compass, yeah. Compass will keep you safe and on the right direction if you know how to use it. I'd be in trouble there.
I would as well.
Anything else?
Oh, there is. Now it feels like a book. Do you use a book to find your way?
I don't know.
Oh, I can think of a book that you might be able to use.
What book would you use?
A map.
You might now.
I don't think I can
shall
get
I
it out?
take it out that way? Here we go. Yes, so it is a map. Here we go. Got lots of, well, actually, reading a map is quite difficult too sometimes. But here we are with a map. And so if you were going walking, you would use a map so that you found your way, particularly if you're in the fells. Again, I'm not so good at map reading.
No,
Is there anything else in there?
No, shall I have a look? Oh, there is.
Oh.
Oh. I don't know what it is.
Oh.
Feels like it might be a case
Okay.
of something.
Not sure?
No, not sure.
Bring it out and let's have a look.
Oh. Is it a sat nav?
It is a sat nav, yeah. So we would set this up. This is an old one actually because it's quite big. But we would set that up in a car and that would tell us exactly where to go. I have a son who never goes anywhere without his sat nav. How good is that?
Really
well
good.
done, Sarah.
That was great fun. Thank you. So shall we see what Kezia and Leo have got to say about things that might help us find our way?
Let's do that.
So if I tell you we're going to London this weekend, because you've never been there, would you know where to go, or if you want to visit places, would you know where to go? No. So what do you think we should do?
We should get a map.
Okay, so if I give you this map now, would you know where to go?
Yes.
Yeah? How do you use?
So basically, if you go somewhere, basically, it's not really, well, where you are, you could, like, see what address and where you live, and then you can guide your finger to London, but then you could do it on the pen, so basically, the driver would know.
So do you think a map is something useful if you feel like you're lost in a city or in a road?
Yeah, I know something.
Do you think it's something useful, Leo?
Yeah, I know something. Imagine we didn't have any of these, but there's London guide maps on your phones. You can use your phones because I think the book maps are better for walking, and the phone maps are better for driving. Because in the driver's seat they have to look, but then what happens if they crash?
That's right. So it's very useful if we find ourselves lost in a city or in a place that we don't know, isn't it?
But we need we need the right title, like a Spain one. We have to have it has to say Spain, not London.
Okay.
Hey, that was great to see what Kezia and Leo had to say. They're such good fun, those children. It's great to watch you. Thanks so much. And what we're going to do now is listen to Lucy telling us a story that's going to help us to understand Jesus saying, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Sam and Millie were very excited. They, along with some other friends, were going on an adventure. They got up early one morning. The sun was shining. It was going to be a lovely day. They put on big, strong boots, layers of clothing to keep them warm as the weather changed. Ooh, Mum said maybe they should take a cagoule in case it rained. What a good idea! So mums sometimes do have good ideas. So the plan for the day was that Sam and Millie would join their friends Ruth and Andy, and they would go for a long walk in the fields, over the hills and over to the river, maybe even to the adventure playground to the other side of the river. It seemed like a very long way, and that this was going to be the first time they went without an adult. How exciting. Now Andy appeared to be the leader of the pack and set off at great pace, saying, "Follow me, I know the way all by myself, no one needs me." The others were not quite so confident, but they were happy to follow Andy. And it was great fun running, playing chase, stopping, having a bite to eat and something to drink. Some of Millie's mums had packed plenty of drinks. "Gosh, Andy," said, "your bag looks so heavy. I don't need all the fluid. I'll be fine. My bag isn't anywhere near as heavy as yours. I can run faster." On and on they went. They seemed to be walking for a very long time. Actually, Sam and Millie started to wonder if they were going in the right direction. They did ask Andy and Ruth, but Andy just battled out, I have told you I know the way. The sun got hotter and the young people got very tired. Andy was running out of energy and he was definitely running out of fluid. Are we nearly there yet? Said Ruth. Stop complaining, said Andy. I am trying to work out which way we should go. Oh, we're lost, said Minnie. Let me sort it, said Andy. Ruth and Millie were scared. Andy promised he knew the way, but he didn't, and they were lost. What were they going to do? This could be a disaster. Oh. Quietly from the side, Sam moved toward the others and very calmly said, Andy, would you like to borrow my map? The map will show us the way. It will show us the dangers to be careful of and the lovely things to see and help us find the river. Oh, phew, said Andy. I'm so glad you bought that. And together they checked the landmarks on the map and they were able to finish their adventure. That helps us with today's saying. On our way, we could be running around throughout our day getting nowhere. But Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. With him as our map, we can be on the right path and enjoy the great plan that he has for us.
Thank you, Lucy, so much for telling us that story. I think that's helped. What about you, Sarah?
Yeah, I think it was a great story, and I was really glad that Sam had planned ahead and took that
I
map.
know.
Can you imagine how awful it would have been if they'd been lost?
I know. Incredible. And I think it helps me to understand what Jesus is meaning when he says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Do you know what? Sometimes, I don't know whether you can believe this, Sarah, sometimes I think I know best. And do you know what? I don't. And sometimes Jesus has to really rein me in and say, I'm going to give you the direction. And so I think he wants to show us the right path. And you know what? He will only lead us somewhere good and somewhere safe. That's amazing, isn't it?
That is. That's an amazing truth. So where Sam, he gently stepped in and showed Andy that he had a map, didn't he?
He did.
So if we put our faith in Jesus, then he'll lead us and guide us and keep us safe and on the right path.
He will.
Yeah.
He will.
That's so wonderful. Do you know, that makes me want to sing a song and praise Jesus.
Oh, well, let's do that.
Yeah.
Cue song.
When I'm worried and I'm 'cause I am yours. When I fall down, I'll get up, and all your love I can't get enough. You are strong, you are Lord, and I am brave, 'cause I am yours.
You say I am, you say I am yours. It doesn't matter what I feel, in you I am secure. I will trust in you, don't have to worry anymore. 'Cause I am yours, I am yours. I am yours, I am yours. I am yours, I am yours.
Wow, we've come to the end of our time together
know.
already.
Oh, it's
But
been great.
I've had a really good time. It's been lots of fun. I hope you've all enjoyed it too. So today we learnt that Jesus will lead us and guide us and take us in the right direction,
Thank goodness.
and that he loves us so much, and that he just wants us to stay safe and not be lost.
That's fantastic.
It is. It's really good,
is,
isn't
it
it? So, looking forward to seeing you all next week at 10 a.m. We'll be praying for you.
Bye.
Bye.